In a market where electric vehicles, EVs, are rapidly gaining traction, one company is daring to challenge the giant, Tesla. But can anyone truly compete with the brand that has revolutionized the way we think about electric cars? Rivian, the underdog in the EV industry, seems to think so. Their CEO, RJ Scaringe, is betting everything on their upcoming R2 SUV, and he believes this new vehicle has what it takes to become the next Tesla. This isn't just talk. Rivian has a clear plan to disrupt the market, and they're starting with the R2. While Tesla continues to battle challenges in 2025, Rivian is positioning itself for success with a vehicle that directly competes with Tesla's Model Y. But what makes the R2 SUV different? And how does Rivian plan to overcome the hurdles that many believe are impossible to clear? Stay tuned as we dive into the details of Rivian's big bet on the R2 SUV and why RJ Scaringe believes it will revolutionize the EV industry, just like Tesla did years ago. For years, Tesla has been the undisputed leader in the electric vehicle space. With Elon Musk's bold vision and innovation, Tesla reshaped the way we think about transportation, making electric vehicles cool, desirable, and mainstream. But despite Tesla's dominance, 2025 has not been kind to the brand. With Musk's political entanglements and a drop in sales, Tesla is facing challenges like never before. Enter Rivian, a relatively new player, but one that's catching eyes for all the right reasons. RJ Scaringe, Rivian's CEO, presents a stark contrast to Musk. While Elon Musk is known for his dramatic and sometimes controversial leadership, Scaringe's approach is far more reserved and methodical. A family man, an outdoor enthusiast, and a vegan, Scaringe's leadership style is grounded in humility and long-term sustainability. While Tesla seems to be faltering, Rivian is quietly making its move, building something they believe will not only rival Tesla's Model Y, but may surpass it in terms of affordability and market appeal. Rivian's R2 SUV, expected to launch in 2026, is the vehicle Scaringe believes will change the game. Is it possible that Rivian's R2 can do what many said no other automaker could do, challenge Tesla? Or will Tesla's lead prove too massive for Rivian to overcome? Let's take a deeper look at the R2 and what it brings to the table. The Rivian R2 SUV is more than just another electric vehicle. It's the company's bold answer to Tesla's dominance in the market. Set to launch in 2026, the R2 is designed to directly compete with the Tesla Model Y, one of the most popular electric vehicles on the market today. Key features of the R2: affordable price. While Tesla's Model Y starts at around $50,000, Rivian is targeting a starting price of just $45,000 for the R2 SUV. This competitive price point could make Rivian a serious contender in the EV market, especially for buyers looking for a high-performance vehicle that doesn't break the bank. Range and performance. Like Tesla, Rivian is focused on delivering a vehicle that not only looks good, but performs well. The R2 SUV is expected to offer a solid driving range, potentially rivaling that of the Tesla Model Y, with impressive acceleration and handling. Sustainability focus. Rivian's commitment to sustainability goes beyond just the electric powertrain. The company has emphasized using recycled materials and sustainable manufacturing practices in the R2's production, which could appeal to environmentally conscious consumers. With these specs and features, the R2 SUV is positioned to offer a serious alternative to Tesla in the affordable EV space. Rivian has already made a name for itself with its R1T pickup truck, and now the R2 could be the vehicle that propels them into the mainstream. But of course, Tesla has a huge head start, and many wonder whether Rivian can build on its momentum. Can the R2 SUV match Tesla's innovation, performance, and market presence? Or will Rivian's efforts fall short? Let's take a look at what the future holds for Rivian and the R2 SUV. Despite the R2 SUV's promising specs, Rivian still faces significant hurdles in its quest to take on Tesla. The electric vehicle market is far from easy, and Rivian, while gaining attention, will need to overcome several challenges to make the R2 SUV a success. 1. The EV tax credit shift. One of the most pressing challenges is the sudden termination of federal electric vehicle tax credits. This is a blow for both Rivian and other electric vehicle makers, including Tesla. The government's tax incentives were a key factor in encouraging consumers to make the switch to electric, and their absence could slow down the adoption of EVs in general. Rivian had hoped to leverage these credits to make the R2 SUV more affordable, but with this unexpected policy change, the pressure is on to make the vehicle compelling enough without those tax benefits. 2. Consumer skepticism. Although Rivian has garnered attention for its R1T pickup truck, there's still lingering skepticism about its ability to deliver a mainstream SUV that rivals Tesla. Rivian's R2 SUV has been in the works for years, and while expectations are high, it's still unproven. Consumers are cautious, especially with a high-stakes launch like this. Will Rivian's R2 meet the expectations of EV enthusiasts, or will it fall flat? 3. The Tesla juggernaut. Tesla may be facing struggles in 2025, but the brand's dominance in the EV market is still unparalleled. Tesla has a cult-like following, with models like the Model Y already deeply embedded in the market. Rivian's R2 SUV needs to deliver something not just equal but better to persuade people to switch from Tesla to Rivian. With a loyal customer base, Tesla's global infrastructure, and a reputation built over years, Rivian faces an uphill battle. It's not just about making a good product. It's about changing consumer habits, especially in an industry where Tesla's innovation is still seen as the gold standard. Despite these challenges, Rivian's CEO RJ Scaringe remains optimistic. He believes the R2 SUV could be a game-changer, much like Tesla's Model Y was when it hit the market. But the question remains, can Rivian overcome the barriers to entry, or will they find themselves lost in Tesla's shadow? Let's explore what happens next for this ambitious electric vehicle maker. Despite the challenges that lie ahead, Rivian's CEO RJ Scaringe is undeterred. In fact, he believes that the R2 SUV is set to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles and could eventually rival Tesla as the leader in the EV market. But how does he plan to make this happen? 1. Focus on affordable electric vehicles. Rivian is targeting a broader consumer base with the R2 SUV's affordable price tag of $45,000, which is significantly cheaper than many comparable Tesla models. By offering an affordable, practical electric SUV, Rivian hopes to attract budget-conscious consumers who are still on the fence about switching to an electric vehicle. Affordability, combined with Rivian's growing brand recognition, could lead to a mass-market breakthrough for electric vehicles. 2. Sustainable innovation. Rivian is doubling down on sustainability, a key differentiator in today's automotive industry. From recycled materials to eco-friendly production methods, the company is positioning itself as a leader in environmental responsibility. This resonates with today's consumers, who are becoming increasingly aware of climate change and the impact of fossil fuels on the environment. Rivian's commitment to sustainability gives it a significant edge over Tesla, which is still working to improve its own supply chain transparency and environmental impact. 3. Building brand loyalty and trust. Unlike Tesla, which has built a reputation around Elon Musk's charisma and controversies, Rivian is taking a more steady and grounded approach. RJ Scaringe has positioned himself as a relatable figure who doesn't rely on flashy stunts, but focuses on building relationships with consumers. His values, such as outdoor adventure, family-first mentality, and sustainable living, appeal to a growing demographic of eco-conscious consumers who seek a more human-centered approach to business. This could help Rivian establish brand loyalty and differentiate itself from Tesla's hard-charging, high-profile persona. 4. Expansion of charging infrastructure. One of Tesla's biggest advantages has always been its supercharger network, which allows Tesla owners to quickly charge their vehicles on long trips. Rivian has already begun making moves to expand its own charging infrastructure, aiming to offer similar benefits to its customers. Rivian's vision includes a nationwide network of chargers, allowing their vehicles to compete directly with Tesla on the charging front. Can Rivian take on Tesla? The path to becoming the next Tesla won't be easy, but with its affordable, sustainable, and innovative approach, Rivian could very well have the right formula to challenge the electric vehicle giant. The R2 SUV is just the beginning of what could be a long and successful road for the up-and-coming automaker. Will it be enough to topple Tesla? Time will tell, but one thing is certain. Rivian is betting big on the R2 to push the EV revolution forward. As Rivian's R2 SUV nears its launch in 2026, the stakes have never been higher. For Rivian to succeed, RJ Scaringe and his team must overcome some of the toughest hurdles in the automotive and electric vehicle industries. But what will it take for Rivian to truly rival Tesla and carve out a lasting legacy? 1. Achieving production. Scalability. One of Rivian's biggest challenges is scaling production to meet demand. While Rivian has already delivered impressive vehicles like the R1T pickup, ramping up production of a more affordable and mainstream vehicle like the R2 SUV will be a massive task. The company must prove that it can manufacture vehicles at a large scale, all while maintaining quality, efficiency, and sustainability in its operations. Rivian's ability to meet the demand of both early adopters and mass-market buyers will be a make-or-break factor in its long-term success. 2. Competing with Tesla's brand power. Tesla's brand recognition and loyal customer base are tough to match, especially given Elon Musk's public persona and Tesla's market domination. While Rivian has made strides in building its own brand identity, it will need to further strengthen consumer trust and establish brand loyalty. This may take years, but by consistently delivering on quality, innovation, and affordability, Rivian has the potential to slowly chip away at Tesla's dominance. 3. Financial stability and investor confidence. Rivian's financial future will heavily depend on its ability to maintain investor confidence and secure funding for future growth. The automotive industry is notoriously capital-intensive, and Rivian needs the backing to expand its production capacity, infrastructure, and workforce. In 2021, the company had a highly publicized IPO, but the road ahead will require consistent earnings and strong financial management to weather any downturns in the market or unexpected challenges. 4. Consumer education and EV adoption. One major hurdle facing all EV manufacturers, including Rivian, is consumer education. The adoption of electric vehicles is still relatively slow, particularly in markets where traditional cars have dominated for over a century. Rivian must continue working on educating consumers about the benefits of owning an electric SUV, especially in areas like charging infrastructure, range anxiety, and long-term savings. Rivian's marketing strategies will be key in convincing the average driver that making the switch to an electric SUV is not only feasible, but also desirable. 5. Navigating government and environmental policy. Government regulations and policies can either fuel or hinder the growth of electric vehicles. While electric vehicle tax incentives have been a boost for automakers like Tesla, Rivian must ensure that it stays ahead of political shifts and changes in environmental laws. The sudden termination of federal EV tax credits has already impacted the EV industry, and Rivian needs to adapt quickly to any future regulatory changes that could affect both pricing and consumer interest. Rivian's R2 SUV represents more than just another electric vehicle. It's the company's best chance to redefine the automotive landscape and secure its place in the growing EV market. If Rivian can execute its plan to deliver an affordable, high-quality electric SUV, overcome production and financial hurdles, and compete head-to-head with Tesla, it could very well change the industry. The question remains, will the R2 SUV deliver on its promise and revolutionize electric driving? Rivian's future depends on how well it navigates these challenges, and if it can rise to the occasion, we could see a whole new era for electric vehicles.